Warning, this Let's Play contains nearly no factual information. Take everything you hear with a grain of salt. Heck, take everything with the entire salt shaker. If you are looking for a Let's Play with facts, stats, information, and tips, look elsewhere on YouTube. If, however, you want to be entertained, laugh a lot, and have a good time, continue to watch StephenPlays Pokémon LeafGreen. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Hello everyone, my name is Stephen George and I play video games, and today it's Pokemon LeafGreen. Now, as the warning screen told you just a moment ago, this LP is not to be taken seriously. If you want a walkthrough of Pokemon LeafGreen, this is not the LP that's going to do it. If you want to have fun, you're in the right place. Now, before I get started, I also wanted to point out that I haven't played the original Pokemon games, Red, Blue, and Yellow, in a very, very long time. Ever since I was a kid when they came out. So I wouldn't call this LP blind since I put hundreds of hours into those games. But I did want to let you know that I haven't played them since then. So I don't even know what I'm going to remember. And a lot of the stuff I say might be wrong, but you know what? Screw it. I'm going to have fun, and I know you guys are too. So without further ado, let's get started on Pokemon LeafGreen. Hello there! Glad to meet you! Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People affectionately refer to me as the Pokemon Professor. This world is inhabited far and wide by creatures called Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for battling. As for myself, I study Pokemon as a profession since I couldn't get a real job. But first, tell me a little about yourself. Now tell me, are you a boy or a girl? Because I couldn't tell from your haircut. I'm a boy. Let's begin with your name. What is it? Well, most folks call me Steven, seeing as how that's my actual name. Luckily, my parents gave me a 7-letter name, as opposed to those idiot parents that gave their kids 8-letter names, because they'll never be able to play Pokemon. Sucks for them. Right, so your name is Steven. Yes, I just said that. Well, this is my grandson, Goku. He's been your rival since you both were babies. Also, that doesn't make any sense. If I had a rival as a baby, like, why are we rivals? What are we competing for? Like, who can suck the most milk out of our mother's teeth? Like, it doesn't make much sense. What was his name now? Now, I always gave this guy the name Gary because I was a big fan of the anime when I was a kid. So I always named him Gary. You might name him something else. That's okay, too. Was it Gary? Okay, now if you are truly his grandfather, and you can't recall his name, and I said, oh, I think it's Gary, wouldn't you immediately say, oh, that's right, it was Gary. Why are you confirming this over and over with me? Yes, it's Gary, you moron. Well, that's right, I remember now. His name is Gary. Yeah, you do. Steven! Your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go. Step into my shrink machine. Okay, so we start the game, and we are in my house. My house is kind of sucky. It only has one bedroom, and apparently I get that bedroom. My mother sleeps. Who knows? I could just walk across my bed. I think we have, I guess that's an NES there. Yeah, don't get much time to play with the NES. And if we go over here to the computer, there should be a potion in here, as long as it didn't change too much on me. Let's go ahead and withdraw item. There it is, potion. Okay. Now, I do own LeafGreen and Fire Red, but I've only ever played LeafGreen, and I played it for like, I don't know, maybe an hour tops, and that was a few years ago, so this is not going to seem very fresh. Right. All boys leave home someday. It said so on TV. Oh yes, Professor Oak next door was looking for you. Okay. So we have a TV. There's a movie on TV. 4 boys are walking on a railroad track. I better go too. In the world of Pokemon, everyone obeys whatever the media tells them. If it's on television, you gotta do it. That's what my mom said, that's what I think. We've all been brainwashed by the TV. So we'll come down here. This is the Pokemon Lab. There's a lot of NPCs in the game, but they say pretty ridiculous stuff, like, I study Pokemon as Professor Oak's aide. What do you do? Well, I also study Pokemon as Professor Oak's aide. Another thing that they did that I'm not super fond of is that they have, if it's a man talking, it's blue text, and if it's a woman talking, it's red text. I would just prefer it to all be black, but, you know, whatever. Professor Oak may not look like much, but he's the authority on Pokemon. Many Pokemon trainers hold him in high regard. I mean, I like talking to the NPCs in, like, Earthbound, but this is a little different because most of them aren't very helpful. What? It's only Steven. Gramps isn't around. Sorry to disappoint you, you jerk. So let's head out here. Now, this is the starting town. This is Pallet, and there's not a whole lot to do here. It's pretty small. You have the lab, you have my house, and then you have Gary's house. So where these other people live or what they're doing here, I have no idea. There's this little girl who's staring at this sign. Is that right? Oh my god, look, look! Read it, read it! Trainer tips. Press start to open the menu. Yes, folks, there's a menu. Actually, while I'm here, I think it would be a good idea to change my text speed to fast, because I don't know why anyone would want it any less. Okay, so there's this guy down there. I think he says something about technology is incredible. Let's come up here. No reason to go to Gary's house now. To get on with the game, we have to walk into this tall grass, which will freak Professor Oak out. Where he comes from, I have no idea. It's unsafe! Wild Pokemon live in tall grass, which says to me that I have never left town in my entire life. Which is a little upsetting, because I've been stuck in this small town. Also, how did we get supplies? Anyway. You need your own Pokemon for your protection. I know. Here, come with me. Cool. Let's march right behind each other, doing the caterpillar effect. What's up, Oak? How's it going? Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting. Gary, let me think. Oh, that's right. I told you to come. Just wait. So now, I mean, just from the beginning of the game when we were setting up, and also right here, you can see that Professor Oak has a terrible memory. Terrible memory. He needs to get some, like, Ginkgo biloba or something. Here, Steven. There are 3 Pokemon here. Ha-ha! It's the most out-of-place laugh I've ever seen. The Pokemon are held inside these Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer. But now in my old age, I have only these 3 left. You can have one. Go on, choose. Hey, Gramps, no fair. What about me? Be patient, Gary. You can have one, too. Alright, so at this point of the game, we get to choose between one of the 3 starting Pokemon. Our options are Bulbasaur. I see. Bulbasaur is your choice. It's very easy to raise. So, Steven, you want to go with the grass Pokemon Bulbasaur? Let's take a look at the other ones that they offer. We are also given the option to get to Squirtle. Squirtle was your choice. It's one worth raising. So, Steven, you've decided on the water Pokemon Squirtle. Now, the other option is Charmander. Ah, Charmander is your choice. You should raise it patiently. So, Steven, you're claiming the fire Pokemon Charmander? No. Now, personally, I am a huge fan of Bulbasaur. I almost always get Bulbasaur, and it's probably because Venusaur is my favorite Pokemon. If you choose Bulbasaur, you're going to have an easy time at the beginning of the game because the first gym is Rock, and you'll wipe that out real easy. Second gym is Water. You're going to do really well there. If you choose Charmander, however, you're going to have a really hard time because Charmander is Fire, Rock is going to crush Fire, and Water's going to crush Fire. So the beginning of the game is going to be difficult. If you choose Squirtle, I don't know, you're one of those weird people that really like Squirtle. I'm going to be going with Bulbasaur. Heck yeah, this Pokemon is really quite energetic. Steven received the Bulbasaur from Professor Oak. Do you want to give a nickname? Yes. Now, for those who aren't aware, I'm going to explain this now, and if anyone asks in the future LP episodes, then those who know, please inform the people who don't. I am going to be nicknaming all of the Pokemon, and you guys picked the nicknames, except Bulbasaur. This first Pokemon, I am the one who chose the name. I am going with the name Greg. The J is silent, by the way. That's why the J's there. However, every Pokemon after this that I capture will get a nickname, and the nickname is going to come from a list of nicknames that you guys gave me. You guys gave me probably, I don't know, like probably 3,000 or 4,000 nicknames, and out of that list I chose probably about 120 to 150 names, and I put them in a randomizer, and every time we capture a Pokemon, it will get one of those random nicknames. It's pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited about this LP because of that. And Gary will automatically choose whichever one will kill your Pokemon the easiest. Since I have the Grass-type Bulbasaur, Gary will be a complete douchebag and pick Charmander. Thanks a lot, you jerk. Okay, well, it's been nice seeing you, Mr. Oak. I'ma leave now. Doop-a-doop-a-doo.
Wait, Stephen, let's check out our Pokemon. Come on, I'll take you on.
So this is your first battle of the game, and it's not gonna be a very difficult battle because at this point in the game you don't actually have your type attacks. For example, I'm a grass type, but I don't have any grass type attacks. Charmander's a fire type, but he doesn't have any fire type attacks. And apparently Oak wants to talk to us. Oh, for Pete's sake, so pushy as always. Steven, you've never had a Pokemon battle before, have you? Actually, probably 1,000 hours worth, but sure, okay. A Pokemon battle is when trainers pit their Pokemon against each other. The trainer that makes the other trainer's Pokemon faint by lowering their HP to 0 wins. But rather than talking about it, you'll learn more from experience. Try battling and see for yourself. Okay, so our options here are Fight, and we have 2 moves. We have Tackle and Growl, and most of you are going to know about Pokemon. You've obviously played Pokemon before, but if you haven't, this is going to help you. And if you have, just bear with me while I explain some of the basic functions of the game. Now, one of the differences between Red Blue and Fire Red Leaf Green is that there's an experience bar, which is really freaking sweet because you can actually see the progress your Pokemon is making to the next level. You can see that these Pokemon start at level 5 and we have 20 health. Now, my options for moves are Tackle, which is a normal type attack, and Growl, which is also a normal type attack. The PP is how many times I can use that attack. I can use Growl 40 times. I can use Tackle 35 times. If it goes to 0, I can no longer use that move. If all of my moves are at 0, the only option is Struggle, which hurts the other Pokemon barely and hurts me as well, so it kind of sucks. But you can refill that PP by going to a Pokemon Center, something that we'll explain soon enough. Now, I can either tackle him and do direct damage, or I can use Growl, which will lower his attack. Personally, I like to Growl first, and then start my tackle. Greg used Growl. The Charmander's attack has fallen. Lowering the foe stats will put you at an advantage. Yes, Oak, that's why I did it. Charmander's opting to scratch me. Now, he probably would have done like 4 damage, but because I growled at him first, it only did 3. And every subsequent attack is going to do 3, unless I growl some more, which, I don't know, I could probably get it down to 2. In fact, let's try that now. So we're lowering his attack even more. If he scratches us, which he is, you'll see, yeah, it only did 2. And now it's only going to do 2, which is pretty sweet. So let's do Tackle. And we don't get to see his health numbers, so we don't actually know what amount of damage we're doing, but we have that little bar that shows us how much health they have, which is useful. Inflicting damage on the foe is the key to any battle. Thank you, Oak. Professor Obvious. Let's tackle him again. So you can see he's already about half, I can't say dead because the Pokemon don't die, they just faint. Also, your attacks can miss, which sucks, but it happens. So I'm in yellow before he is, but he's doing far less damage than I am. So it's going to come down to the wire here, but I think I could probably beat him. Oh, that was close. Okay, now here's the deal. As long as I connect with this next attack, I'll get him. But if I miss, that could be bad, because he's going to do 2 damage, but he could get a critical attack, which would do extra damage and could possibly kill me. What's going to happen? I don't know. My other option is to use my potion, which will refill my health, but I'm going to hold on to that potion and hoard it like those people on the A&E show. Greg used Tackle. It connects. Charmander faints. Faints. And Greg gains 69 experience points. Also, they could have chosen any number. They chose 69. Because I win that battle, Greg grows to level 6. Gets those stat increases, and then that is the total. And I'm already halfway to level 7. Level 7 is where I'm going to learn my next move, which is Vine Whip, pretty sure. Player defeated rival Gary.
What? Unbelievable! I picked the wrong Pokemon.
Steven got 80 bucks for winning. Who the balls gives me $80? I have no idea. Like, does Gary feel obliged to give that to me? Does the professor give that? I don't know where that comes from. Maybe Bulbasaur poops it out. I really have no idea. Excellent. If you win, you earn prize money, and your Pokemon will grow. Battle other trainers and make your Pokemon strong.
Okay, I'll make my Pokemon battle to toughen it up. Steve and Gramps, smell you later.
Also, if anyone actually used the word smell you later in real life, I would have a severe problem with that. So, your grandson's a jerk? Steven, raise your young Pokemon by making it battle. It has to battle for it to grow. Alright. Words of wisdom. So now that we're done here, we have options. We can go straight ahead and get on with the game, or we can actually go to Gary's house and talk to his sister and get a map. I usually do that.
Steven, I heard you had a battle against Gary. I wish I'd seen that.
I think we get a map here. Don't we get the map? Or maybe we get the map later. Okay, so now my brain is trying to process things that I haven't done in, years. This is going to be an interesting LP for sure. All right, here's our first battle. It's a Rattata! Rattata is a normal-type Pokemon. There's going to be 2 Pokemon in this area. There's Rattatas and Pidgeys. And normally I capture a Pidgey and hold on to it for most of the game. Rattatas, I try to capture the Pokemon if I can, but I'm not going to bother with Rattata for now. Let's just fight him, because he should be easy to kill. Bam! Now that is Tail Whip. Tail Whip's going to lower your defense. Although I've fought plenty of Pokemon that did Tail Whip over and over again, and by the time they would even be allowed to do anything else, they were already dead. Hopefully that'll be the case here. Yep. Stupid Rattata, you're so dumb. Almost to level 7. I think this person gives us a potion for free. Hi, I work at the Pokémon Mart. It's part of a convenient chain selling all sorts of items. Please, visit us in Viridian City. I know, I'll give you a sample. Here you go. Got the potion. Now, because I didn't use that potion from before, now I have 2, which is pretty sweet. And if you didn't know already what it does, it restores the HP of one Pokemon by 20 points. We can also look at our Pokemon list, and you can see Greg. We can look at his summary. And it is a he. He has a gentle nature. Met in Pallet 10, level 5. I'm going to be honest, a lot of the information that they have added into these new games was not in Red, Blue, and Yellow. There weren't natures, and if there was that stuff, they didn't tell you about it. They didn't tell you the other stuff. EV training didn't exist, well, if it did, people didn't talk about it, so, it was one of those things that it wasn't really discussed, so it was quite different. Because of that, I don't really understand most of that junk. I just know that I like Pokemon and I like to play the game. If I can avoid this grass, I'm going to do it, because what we're trying to do is to get to Viridian City, which is the next city over. And if we can get there... Oh, God. Piss. Go for it! Piss! Alright. What we got? Oh, there we go. Pidgey. This is the other Pokemon I was talking about. Also, I'm pretty sure that in Red and Blue there weren't genders. There was just the Pokemon. But, I don't know. It's been so long I don't really remember. The Pidgey is a flying-type Pokemon. It's also a normal-type Pokemon. I do normally try to capture these, and I use them for most of the game just because I already have this bird. Later, you get the HM that allows you to fly, and then I've already got this Pidgey or Pidgeotto or Pidgeot available to me. I'm going to go ahead and take out this Pidgey, because if I do that, I'm going to advance to level 7, and if I'm not completely mistaken, I will learn my new move, which is Vine Whip. Tackling me, tackling me. Boosh! And Pidgey goes down. 31 experience puts me to level 7. Greg grew to level 7. And learns Leech... Oh, Leech Seed! You learn Leech Seed at level 7. Okay. You learn Vine Whip, I guess at level 10. Leech Seed, basically, I don't know if... I guess the moves it probably tells you what the moves do, too. But Leech Seed plants some seeds at the Pokemon's base, and then you suck in their life. Seed is planted on the foe to steal some HP for the user on every turn. Yeah, okay, I guess that's a better way of explaining it. So we'll continue to head north here. And the first thing we're going to come to in Viridian City is the Pokemon Center. The Pokemon Center is what you're going to use to refill your Pokemon's health. You just come over here to this counter, talk to this woman, she'll ask you if you want to heal, you hit yes, and she gets your Pokemon for a few seconds. In the anime, it was really different, because like in the second episode of Pokemon... It's the second episode of Pokemon. Ash comes in with his Pikachu, and they have to take him into emergency care, and he's in there for like hours. And I'm like, well, in the game, they just sit them there, and it's good to go. So I don't know what that was about. I guess just to create drama. But what we really want to do is come up here to the Pokemon Mart. The Pokemon Mart is going to be the place that sells Pokeballs, antidotes, different items you need for your Pokemon. But when we go in here, it should trigger an event. There we go. Hey, you came from Pallet. You know Professor Oak, right? His order came in. Can I get you to take it to him? I don't actually get to say yes or no. I just automatically become the lackey. In this parcel thing is what we're going to be taking to Professor Oak. And Professor Oak is then going to... I don't know if he's going to reward us with the Pokedex. Maybe he just planned on giving it to us anyway. But he's going to give us the Pokedex, which will allow us to actually start our Pokemon adventure, I guess, because we can start cataloging them. He'll also give us some Pokeballs, which will allow us to actually start capturing Pokemon, which is really useful. Also, as a side note, from this point on, if I ever fight the same Pokemon again, I'm not going to be showing the battle unless I am attempting to capture it, just so you know. 24 experience points. Whoop-de-doo! So let's head down here. And we will be coming in here to give Professor Oak his parcel, which we will give him next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. As I said before, this is going to be a very nostalgic Let's Play for me because I haven't played the original series in such a long time. I know I'm going to get a lot of the information wrong, but that's okay. You can feel free to correct me if you want, but I'm not too concerned. I just love playing the Pokemon games. I was a big fan ever since I was a kid. Looking forward to doing this Let's Play. I hope we have a lot of fun, and I know we will. And if you join me, I'm sure you will have fun too. So thank you so much for watching. Join me next time for another episode of Stephen Plays Pokemon LeafGreen.